welcome back to another episode of Life with a Yoda. Today, a continuation. Story time. Let's do this shit. So tonight's episode is gonna be a little different. Tonight we're gonna learn where Hood Yoda learned some of his hoodness from. And in the South, you always learn stuff from your mama. So before I begin, let me get some precursors to my mom. Hood Yoda's mama didn't play. At all. She kept it really real. You know that saying, when keeping it real goes wrong? My mom was like karma. And she knew how to hit you. My mom's like your typical woman from the South. You don't fuck with her kids. She's a mama bear. She will protect her cubs. Not saying that she would do this, but my mom's the type of woman that if you called her and said you accidentally come kill somebody, she's gonna show up with tarps, tape, rope, saws, and bleach. I love my mama. I learned a lot from her. So, when things happen, Mom was very strategic in her attacks. So, here we go. Story number 1. At a point in time, my brother actually had a live-in girlfriend for a little bit. And I was a teenager. Like early teens. And in my house, if any food's out, or food's in the house, you're more than welcome to eat it. So, this girlfriend had the bright idea of baking my brother a cake. She didn't buy any of the cake mix. She didn't supply the pans. Basically, everything come from the house. So, typical Southern mother, everyone should be able to eat it. And like all teenage boys, we stay hungry and we'll eat almost anything that's left around. We're scavengers. That's what we do. So, my mom decides to clean up my brother's room. And for some reason, she looked under the bed. And there she saw this cake. But it had a note on it. The note said, and I quote, "You find okay. You eat. You die." My mom didn't take too kindly to that shit. So, I'm at the house, and I'm in my room, and my brother's room was directly across the hall from mine. Next thing I see, Mama's carrying a cake. And Mama said, "I'll be back in a little bit." So, okay. Cake wasn't left there. So I take it that she took it with her. I don't know exactly what happened, but I can pretty much piece it together from stories I've heard and just me knowing my mom. So basically, my mom took the cake to this little girl's work, which was Toys R Us. Like I said, I don't know what happened, but I can pretty much picture it in my mind and stuff I heard. I don't know what happened, but I can piece it together with stories in my imagination. So my mom takes the cake up to this girl's work, asks to see her. I'm pretty sure she gave her a fucking earful. But I do know this. That cake never came back home. So either one or two things happened. She either threw it at her, or grabbed her face and slammed it in it. That's the best I can think of. But let's just say this. That little girl never made a mistake like that again. She never crossed my mom. So, Mama didn't play. Now, this next story about my mom's a little out there. Yeah. So, my mom cleaned our rooms a lot when we were teenagers, because, you know, we're all pigs at that age. And I guess she found some stuff that she wasn't too happy about. Like I said before, I was a wild child. And sometimes it felt like I had no rules. so I could pretty much just do what I wanted. So, supposedly she found a lot of different things, but she was only focused on one. So, Mama had to have a talk with me. She sat me down and very calmly had a conversation. More backstory. My parents were the type of parents that they would let you drink underage if you stayed at home. They let me start smoking at a very young age, to be honest. And pretty much they worked third shift, so I was able to do what I want when I wanted. So, Mama sat me down. She was all worried about one item. Just one item. She found my condom stash. This is the story I told you that you're going to be like, whoa, really? So, Mama, as calmly as she could, was like, you are my baby. And no woman will ever be good enough for my baby. She goes, so, not disappointed what I found. I'm just going to talk to you, basically, a life lesson. Another disclaimer. If I dated you up to the age of 25, I want to say sorry, and it doesn't count. I was not a good person. And this conversation was part of that person. Can't blame it on my mom, but it's there. So, after this baby speech, she says, you need to use these girls. You use them like you do your toilet paper, then flush them down the fucking toilet. The only thing I could say was, yes, ma'am. Then she says, and if after you use these, do not throw them in the trash. Do not throw them on the floor. You take them to the bathroom and you flush them. Because some bitch will try to trap you. Again, all I could say was, yes, ma'am. Now that when I was that young, basically I was under the impression that that's how I treated females. Because my mom told me what to do. Like I said, was not a good person back then. Now that I'm older, I get what she was saying, but at the same time I'm like, wow, that was crazy. So if you dated me before the age of 25, again, I'm sorry. Now I have more respect for females and relationships and all that good stuff. I guess it comes with age. So, well, that was this week's episode of Life with Toyota. Please comment, like, subscribe, and as always, be good people.